good team at the state tournament.
Jenna Tweet leading the way for the Benton Community Bobcats. Jenna, of course, going to Kirkwood next year with 20.2 points a ball game, the 5'9" senior, and has had just a tremendous career, all-time leading scorer for Benton Community basketball. And goes up against a Vinton-Shellsburg team that's, we mentioned 5 senior starters, 2 of them in double figures, but it's a group that you really can't concentrate on 1 or 2 because the other 3 are going to step up and beat you. And then they got Julia Johnson coming off the bench to help, a junior, and you can't really concentrate on just one.
Yeah, well, Vinton comes in very balanced. They can get scoring in a lot of different ways. Griffin can hurt you inside. She's good off the bounce from the high post area. She's a great offensive rebounder. Obviously, they can spread the floor a little bit from the outside as well. And again, these teams are going to know each other, inside and out after seeing each other twice a year for the last, for these seniors. This will be the 9th time that they've played Benton over the last 4 years. And so there aren't going to be many secrets here, and that may lead to a low-scoring game. Oftentimes that's the case when you get 2 opponents that are that familiar with each other. But again, Vinton should be excited to get another shot at him. And I think in the 4 years that these 2 have squared off here, I think Benton is 6-2 during that time. But again, all games close this year between these 2.
But this is the one that counts a whole bunch.
That's right. You'd give away those other 6 to have a chance to win this one for sure.
Yep. As the winner will go on to the finals coming up tomorrow night, and that will be at 8 o'clock, where they will take on the winner of the game between Solon and Sioux Center. That comes up right after this one. We'll take a break on the Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths pregame show. Come back to Des Moines and have more for you right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths, your home never looks so beautiful. Plumbing fixtures, a great variety. Transform your home with Plum Supply. Our kitchen designs are amazing. Our service is priceless. Plum Supply, touch and see. Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
The Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades Council represents 18 building trade unions in the corridor. Each union provides skilled workers for construction projects throughout the area. Union workers are highly skilled professionals who are determined to better their communities. The building trades unions are always looking toward the future. Training in registered apprenticeships is available. Visit their website at cricbt.org for more information. The Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building and Trades Council, committed to getting the job done right the first time. Looking for reliable and professional plumbing service in the metro area? Look no further than Evans Plumbing. From the smallest and simplest jobs to large commercial plumbing needs, Evans Plumbing will strive to exceed expectations by ensuring that all plumbing work is done to the highest of standards. Evans Plumbing uses only the highest quality parts and equipment to ensure customer satisfaction is guaranteed, and 24-hour emergency service is available. Evans Plumbing, 5070 18th Avenue Southwest, and at evansmasterplumber.com. Does your business need signs, nameplates, or name badges? Looking to recognize an employee, athlete, or student for a job well done, or promote your next big event? Letter Perfect in Cedar Rapids has what you need to identify, recognize, and promote. ADA-compliant office signs, industrial signs, full-color signs, dimensional letters, personalized plaques, and awards of all kinds, and thousands of items to customize with your company logo to promote your business. Letter Perfect, 5412 Centerpoint Road Northeast, and online at letperfect.com.
Back with you here at Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines and the girls' state basketball tournament. Scott Unash and Nate Sanderson with you as we come your way on the Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths pregame show here today. And yes, they are rivals, and you've got, of course, Benton Community, and I think I got them all here. Van Horn, Atkins, Watkins, Elberon, Newhall, Norway, Keystone, and Blairstown. I think we got them all. If I missed one, I apologize, but we got them all, I think. And then, of course, Vinton and Shellsburg, representing Vinton-Shellsburg. But a lot of orange in the crowd here, which is good to see from both, of course, the Benton Community folks and even the Vinton-Shellsburg folks with a lot of orange as well. So that is really great to see for Tatum and in her fight down in Iowa City. Let's go over some of the keys to our ball game. They are brought to you by the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades Council, representing 18 building trade unions in the corridor. Apprenticeships are available, and you can visit them online at cricbt.org. The first two games between these two teams this year, Nate, between Benton Community and Vinton-Shellsburg, 40s and 50s right in there. I think we may even see, like you said, a little bit of a lower scoring game than that.
Yeah, I would imagine 40 points. If you can score that many today, that gives you a pretty good chance to win. Again, the familiarity of both teams, the shooting background here obviously takes a little bit of getting used to for everybody. And having played one game here already, that is certainly helpful. But both teams, obviously, it's going to come down to who's going to be able to generate better shots. I like Vinton in terms of them being able to put some pressure on the rim in different ways. I thought they did a great job of that in their quarterfinal against ELC. And as we talked about before, Benton is going to have the best player on the floor with Jenna Tweet. That's a huge advantage when it comes to handling pressure and being able to set some things up for your teammates as well. She had an outstanding game in the opener. And, of course, playing as a senior as well, she's got a bit of a chip on her shoulder as well.
Yeah, keeping Jenna Tweet in the game is going to be big here for Benton Community. Cannot afford to get some foul trouble for her. Addison Phillips has been terrific off the bench. Very good rebounder for Benton Community. And then we mentioned Julia Johnson, 8 points off the bench for Vinton-Shellsburg. Almost like a sixth starter, really, for Rich.
Yeah, it's great to be able to bring somebody in that gives you a lift like that can help carry the scoring load. A lot of times you're bringing someone off the bench that maybe gives some energy, maybe can change some tempo, maybe can alter a matchup with your defense. But to have someone that can be a reliable scorer like that is a huge advantage, especially when you get up here in March.
Some of the keys to our ball game brought to you by the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades Council. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Evans Plumbing, from the smallest to large commercial needs, as well as 24-hour emergency service. See Evans Plumbing, 5070 18th Avenue Southwest, and at evansmasterplumber.com. Let's take a look at our starters for Vinton-Shellsburg, 18-7 on the year. 10th rated in Class 3A. They come in the number 8 seed, but they knocked off the defending state champions and number 1 Esterville Lincoln Central in round number 1. And the Vikettes making their first appearance since 1999 at the state tournament. Ashley Meyer, a 5'11 senior, will be at 1 forward, averaging 7 points, 4.5 boards a game. Alyssa Griffith, also at a forward, number 33, a 5'11 senior. Double figures, 12.3 to lead Vinton-Shellsburg, second on the team in rebounding at 6.4 boards a game. Briley Bruce up front, 5'11 and a senior. Bruce averaging just under 5 points, but a team-high 7.5 boards a game. And the guards are Abby Davis, 5'6 and a senior. Davis averaging 10.9 a game, leads the Vikings with 39 three-point field goals. And Sophia Kreitner, a 5'8 senior, and she averages 6.6 points a game. For Rich Heisman and the Vinton-Shellsburg Vikings. For Benton Community, 22-3 on the year. The Wamak West champs. They are number 4 rated, and they are, of course, seeded number 4 in Class 3A. Jenna Tweet will be at 1 wing, 5'9 and a senior. 20.2 points for the All-Stater. Headed to Kirkwood next year, shooting just about 40% from 3. McKenna Kramer at a guard, 5'8 and a junior. Kramer averaging 9.3 points a game and a team-high 65 threes for the season. Piper Nelson at a forward, 5'10 and a junior. Piper at 6.2 points, 6 boards a game. And the guards, Emma Townsley, she makes this team go, 5'8 and a junior at 9.2 points a game. And Zoe Jungie, the 5'8 junior. Jungie, good defender, 3 points and 5 boards a game. The head coach for Benton Community is Jeff Zinnergrun. Of course, Benton won their very first game at the state tournament last year, or the other night, I should say. It's been a long time coming, but you win that first one, sometimes you keep going.
Yeah, well, that happened to us. It wasn't the first win for Springville back in the day when we started that run, but we got here as a lower seed and upset in the first round. And boy, just the confidence that builds for both teams being able to come into this one. It's hard to explain how significant that can be. And in a lot of ways, Vinton-Shellsburg's been playing with house money here, since the regional final, and feeling good about the way that they're defending right now, as well as playing well on offense. So it should be a great matchup here.
Our officials, as assigned by the Girls High School Athletic Union for this one, are Christopher Thomas, Sam Anker, and a local, Bob Squires. Good to see Bob out there, and good to see him down here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament. Vinton-Shellsburg in the traveling black with the gold numbers trimmed in white, gold and white striping down the side, and Benton Community in the home white with the yellow numbers and letters trimmed in blue with the blue trim. So we're just about set to go for this semifinal between a lot of girls that know each other. Probably been playing against each other since second and third grade.
Well, that's probably true. You grow up that close together with neighboring districts like that. You end up at the same school shootouts and tournaments and middle school schedules and all of that. So a fun way to maybe end that rivalry for the seniors on both teams here tonight. And of course, the coaches have been working hard in the last couple of days trying to come up with some adjustments after the last meeting between these two here in late January. So we'll see what they come up with, and should be a fun one here tonight.
Our opening tip-off is brought to you by Letter Perfect. Identify, recognize, and promote an employee, group athlete, or student. They have thousands of items to customize with your company logo. Online at letperfect.com. Griffith and Nelson to tip it up as we are set to go from Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. Scott Udash, Mount Vernon girls basketball coach Nate Sanderson alongside. And here we go. There's a lot of folks from Benton County here in Polk County, and we're underway. And Benton Community will win the opening tip.
Vinton-Shellsburg comes out here, man-to-man defense.
See what they're going to do with Tweet. Now they switch, and they get Griffith on her. She spins left of the lane, puts up the shot, won't go, and the rebound to Briley Bruce.
Well, she's got such a great mid-range game there. She can beat you both ways, right-handed and left-handed. Loves the pull-up dribble and the floater. Pretty good defense there from Vinton-Shellsburg.
Man-to-man for the Bobcats. The high-low look inside, tipped away from behind by Tweet. They tried to get it to Griffith, and a turnover.
And a Tweet matched up with Griffith. That could be an interesting matchup inside. Griffith is good around the block area. She's great with her footwork there. She draws a lot of fouls by the basket. We'll see how long that matchup lasts.
Drive and kick. Here's Townsley. Fakes the three. Goes up at the floater. No good. And Nabby Davis got the rebound off the miss.
A nice penetration there with the left hand. Little right hand floater. A little bit off balance, but
there's Davis all the way coast to coast. Got the left hand layup.
Benton just not getting back on defense and getting set right there. Great job by Davis, just going straight to the rim.
2-0. Tweet, stop and go move. Forces up the shot, but banked it home, left of the lane. That was a tough one.
Yeah, tough. About 7 feet out there on the left baseline. Used the window, even though she didn't have a great angle with it, and just got the kiss off the glass.
So both teams shooting 50% just about. We're tied at 2. Davis looking inside. Gets it down to Griffith. Good spin move and goes off the glass with the left hand.
Nice double drop step there. Left shoulder to the middle of the lane. Just slid Tweet over enough to give her an advantage going back to the baseline and laid it in.
Vinton-Shellsburg up by a deuce at 4-2. On the drive, Tweet. Good. No look pass down low to Nelson. Going to force her way up. Puts up the shot. Left it short. Good defense there by Briley Bruce.
Nice defense from Vinton-Shellsburg. Really good cut from Nelson to get to that opposite block. Tweet does a great job finding her there. Just couldn't finish.
Davis, I think, is going to be a big key for Vinton-Shellsburg this afternoon. If she can do some damage here against the guards for Benton Community. Bounce pass on the baseline, hanging, putting it up, no good. Bruce, the offensive rebound, and the putback on the block.
Well, Bruce obviously being active around the glass right there. The dribble penetration draws the help across the lane. Bruce took an inadvertent shoulder there. It looked like just to the eye. She's asking the official now to be able to put her contact back in. And they're playing on. So she's holding it in one hand. Her left hand has her contact in it.
Floater forced up, no good. Tough shot by McKenna Kramer. And here goes Davis the other way. And yeah, now we're going to get a timeout. The officials will help out Briley Bruce. Usually have a backup pair there, or at least some solution there.
Or some saliva, if nothing else. But it looks like she's going to run back to the locker room quick and put her eye back in there. The substitution's now in for Vinton here with 5:26 to go in the first.
Kalinda Burke will come in for Vinton-Shellsburg, 6-foot senior. Vikettes will play about 7, maybe 8. And that's about it here as far as the game is concerned. They try to go down low and pass out of bounds.
Well, I think that's obviously a focal point here, is trying to get the ball to Griffin inside around the block area, whether it's Townsley or Tweet that's guarding her, and obviously Benton is switching a lot of those screens. That's a matchup that Vinton really likes.
Early going, Vinton-Shellsburg, a couple turnovers, but they're shooting it well, 75%. Into the game is Addison Phillips, sixth player for Benton Community. Up top, Kramer gets it over, left of the circle, three, no good by Piper Nelson. And one and done again. Here comes Davis, long up court pass. They get it inside, shot blocked, but a foul. And Tweet didn't like the call.
Well, once again, Griffith sprinting to the block there. Tweet trying to get to her matchup, maybe just a half step late. Our angle wasn't necessarily great to be able to see that one. Looked like a good challenge, and you know, the officiating here all week has been interesting game to game. Some games have been very physical, some have been called closely, and early on you just want to try to get a feel for the way the game is going to be called here so you can adjust as you go there, and Tweet in that situation maybe needed to let her go rather than picking up that first foul.
First free throw good. Both these teams shoot well from the free throw line. Second one also good. Vinton-Shellsburg at 68%. And Vinton-Shellsburg out to an 8-2 lead here over Benton Community. They're going to pick them up at the half-court line. Drive and kick, Townsley, right corner, three, good.
A big answer there from Benton. They were 1 for their first 6 from the field there. Townsley on the drive and kick, wide open here, rhythm 3. Knocks it down to cut the lead down to 3.
36% three-point shooter and maker on the air. Driving in, and a blocking foul going to be called. Meyer left her feet and initiated the contact, but they're going to say that the defender was moving, and that was Nelson.
Well, that's such a tough call. Coach D wants a little bit of an explanation there, because clearly the offense did lower the shoulder. They initiated the contact, just as you said there. The defense seemed to be in front of her, although she was moving to stay in front, but the official wasn't having it, and Vinton will throw it in underneath.
Inbound, Meyer looking, and we've got a foul or 5-second call. That was it. That was the only signal I saw. Now the officials are going to talk it over here. Might have been a 5-second call. I don't know.
It wouldn't be the official on the floor typically that would call the 5-second call.
So we got a foul.
The foul's on.
It's going to be on Benton Community.
Number 20.
Aubrey Kelly. That is her first and the third already on the Bobcats. Interesting.
A little bit confusing there. I'm not even sure where the contact occurred. We just saw Griffin on the floor, and the official, after a bit of a conversation, issued the foul.
Breitner gets it into Johnson, hits her first shot. She's instant offense.
A nice little shot fake, one dribble to her left there, pull up from about 14 feet, knocked it down here, and Vinton now extending their lead back to 10-5.
10-5. Mentioned Kelly in the lineup. Nelson has it, top of the key for the Bobcats. Here's Tweet coming off the screen. She'll put up the three, too strong. Deep kicker out, picked up by Briley Bruce, who's got the contact back in the lineup. Davis to Johnson, outside the arc. They're going to let Bruce stay all by her lonesome out there.
Now, both teams are not defending the post players in particular at the three-point line.
Good backdoor look. Davis missed it, and then Bruce got the rebound and got fouled by Townsley.
Townsley a little bit disappointed in herself there. I think she dropped those hands down. It clearly was violated kind of that vertical plane that you're supposed to maintain as a defender there. Now the 4th team foul here for Benton. Vinton yet to be called for a foul, and that could be big here as we go down the wire here in the first quarter if Benton is able to put Vinton into the bonus for much of the first half here.
Free throw up right through for Briley Bruce. 62% on the year. She's more for the rebounding and defense. Any points that Vinton-Shellsburg gets from Bruce is gravy.
And a lot of those do come from second chance opportunities, as we've seen from her here already in this game.
Got a pair, and it's a 12-5 Vinton-Shellsburg lead. Nelson and also going out as Kelly. Addison Phillips and Tweet. Zoe Jungie back in the lineup along with Townsley. And also McKenna Kramer. They're just face guarding McKenna Kramer wherever she goes in the basketball court.
Well, it's not a bad defensive idea there. Just try to keep her ball out of her hands.
Tweet shot, a runner no good, out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Benton Community.
And Kramer, one of the best spot-up shooters in the WAMAC, as you mentioned in the opener, 65 made threes here, but not a great slasher, not incredibly quick, and so if you can keep the ball out of her hands, one way to limit her scoring.
No, she's a standstill shooter. Tweet, a head and shoulder fake, drives in, little leaner up, rimming, no, rebound, Tweet tied up, Bruce, and the arrow's going to give it, though, to Vinton-Shellsburg.
And once again, we see the big bodies of Vinton just lurking around the lane there. Tweet, hard to stay in front of her. She's getting off the dribble, getting penetration when and wherever she wants it, but encountering some of those longer bodies of Vinton at the rim, making those finishes difficult.
Burke out, and looks like the Vikettes going with their starters. Back with their starting five as Davis brings it into the front court. 3 to play in the first quarter. Which is brought to you by Spinal Corrective Center, River Ridge Drive Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Myers spin move in the lane, lost it going up. Comes down to Bruce, though, and Vinton-Shellsburg with another offensive board, and we got a walk.
Tried a little bit of a Euro step there, jab with the right, go to the left, and just took one extra step to try to find some space there. That was a good call from Mr. Squires on the baseline.
Right now, Nate, rebounding is 10-1 Vinton-Shellsburg.
Well, and that's been a strength of theirs all season long, especially at the offensive end. Gives you some opportunities to get to the foul line and get some easy ones around the rim.
Townsley bounce pass to the baseline. Pull-up jumper won't go. Jungie missed it. Rebound, Vinton-Shellsburg. Long up-court pass is almost thrown Nate's way.
Well, I was open there, Scott. I don't blame him for seeing me here in the maroon shirt, but I don't think I would have been able to let it go there with Mr. Squires in front of me. But a little over excited there from Vinton, trying to push the pace where they've had a little bit of an advantage there on the turnover.
12-5, Vinton-Shellsburg, 2:20 to play. Tweet drive, kicks it over to Jungie in the far corner. Here's Kramer. Kramer gonna drive by. They work the weave up top. Townsley, couple head and shoulder fakes. She'll drive on the right side of the lane. Tosses it back out to Kramer with 12 on the shot clock. And there's going to be a reach foul called on Vinton-Shellsburg.
And I think a fair call right there. Kramer, a little bit of a shot fake, trying to drive it into the lane there. When you hold that forearm on the dribbler, especially right in front of the official, oftentimes that's going to be called. And the first team foul here on Vinton-Shellsburg.
Right now, it looks like Sophia Kreitner's got one job to do, and that is face guard McKenna Kramer. Tweet, nice runner. She goes left and gets the friendly roll.
Once again, she just finds that sweet spot just off the left side of the lane, somewhere between 5 and 6 feet there. She's just such a good finisher, rolls that one in.
Good bullet pass down low, and cutting down the lane and banking it home was Ashley Meyer.
Meyer with just a great slash from the slot on the left side, cut to the right block. The pass was right on target, right on time, and an easy finish for her at the rim.
Tweet penetrates, gets into the baseline, and Jungie foul going up as she split a double team. Foul number 2 on Vinton-Shellsburg.
You can see Vinton is going to be content to force Jungie to try to beat them there. Again, we get 3 bodies in the lane in front of Tweet on the dribble penetration there. That leaves Jungie open on the baseline about 10 feet out from the basket. She missed that first jumper that she took just a few minutes ago. There she catches it, drives it right at the rim, and goes up strong and gets herself to the free throw line.
Piper Nelson coming back in now for Benton Community. As the second free throw is up and good. Jungie got them both. She'll check out as Aubrey Kelly back in. And also back into the lineup is Burke for Vinton-Shellsburg.
Both teams working substitutions here early and often, which I think is a good strategy on the bigger floor here. Try to keep your players fresh for the second half.
Davis penetrates, back out top. High-low pass, Griffith back to Burke, to Griffith. Left of the key for 3, can't get the roll, and the rebound nicely done by Kelly, but an outlet pass tipped it. Finally gets to Townsley, though. To Kramer, deep 3, good, and that's what she does.
Well, that's why you want to identify her early, because she's got a quick release and certainly shooting it with some confidence there. No doubt about it from the red line. You still only get 3 points, but the deep 3, some momentum there for Benton.
14-12, they try to get it inside, and the pass over the head of Griffith out of bounds.
And once again, you see that point of emphasis there, trying to get Griffith the ball inside, where I do think she's got an advantage. That pass just a little bit too high there. Benton looking to duck down, double down from the corner on the entry. Made it a little bit difficult. Now they'll have the basketball down 2 here. About 2 possessions left here with 38 seconds left to go here in the first.
About a 12-second difference between shot clock and the game clock. Tweet driving left of the lane. Leaner, good. 6 for Tweet.
Once again, catching it at the foul line. One dribble pull-up, 8-footer from the left side of the lane. Knocked it down.
14-14 between these two Walmack rivals. Last shot time, first quarter for Vinton-Shellsburg. Right in front of us, Davis turns on Townsley. Two very similar players. Right wing, off the fake. Julie Johnson back in there. She fakes, takes it right free throw line. Back to Burke with 3. Going to have to put up the 3. Missed everything, and it's out of bounds to Benton with 1.2.
Well, Benton leaving Burke all by herself there at the three-point line, really emphasizing trying to crowd up the lane. Burke not much of a choice there with just 1 second left on the clock. And Benton will be content to go into the end of the first quarter here with a little bit of a rally there late to tie the score up here at 14-14.
Yep, 7-0 run there at the end of the first quarter. We're tied at 14 after 1 in a 3A state girls semifinal. And we'll be back with the second quarter in a moment here on CRM Live Sports. Improve reaction time, better mobility, increased longevity. Get your power turned on from age 1 to 100. Let us help you at Spinal Corrective Center. Area chiropractors for pediatric development and adult health. Call today at 319-393-3996 or check out their website at spinalcc.com. Back to Des Moines after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Attention athletes and weekend warriors. Want to be the best that you can be? CMF Kinesiology can help. Chris Fauchier, a competitive distance runner and swimmer with a Master of Science in Kinesiology, will lead you in your wellness and fitness journey. CMF Kinesiology is a functional movement, sports conditioning, and orthopedic rehabilitation studio in Cedar Rapids, working with the general public and athletes to improve movement quality, physical prowess, and overall wellness. So whether you are looking to better yourself or seek physical rehabilitation, look to CMF Kinesiology, 3800 River Ridge Drive, Northeast Cedar Rapids, and at cmfkinesiology.com. At Hunt Graphic Innovations, it's the personal touch that counts. If you're serious about creating an eye-catching website or need assistance in graphic design for print, newsletters, posters, signs, or banners, Hunt Graphic Innovations has the experience to help get the job done. With personal attention and competitive pricing, discover the difference Hunt Graphic Innovations can make for you.
Back with you at Wells Fargo Arena in the Girls State Basketball Tournament. Scott Udash and Nate Sanderson with you. After 1, tied at 14, dump inside to Nelson, and she lost it on the bounce going up.
Well, once again, Benton trying to take advantage of that short corner area. Even though Vinton is playing in a man-to-man here, their help is so exaggerated. It creates some spacing there for her. We've seen Jungi try to attack from there. Nelson had good position, just fumbled the pass inside, and that is Benton's first turnover of the game here to start the second quarter.
Vinton-Shellsburg, 50% shooting first quarter. Benton Community, 38%. But BC, 50% from three-point range. As Vinton-Shellsburg with Bruce, as hitting the deck out front was Kreitner. Gets it back on the handoff, goes right baseline. A one-hand floater from the right side, no good. And rebound Nelson.
A lot of bodies on the floor that possession. Tweet tried to take a flop. It looked like from Griffith inside. No doing from the officials there, but Benton able to secure the rebound.
Here's Tweet out top. Gonna go crossover dribble a couple times. Spins left free throw line. Cut off, good defense. Over it comes. Jungi for 3. Back iron, no. And the rebound underneath, and we got a reach foul. Gonna be called on McKenna Kramer.
Well, she just got stuck a little bit behind there at Meyer as she tried to reach around and draw the ball out of her hands there. Her arm kind of got tangled up. And that, I believe, will be Kramer's first foul here. Benton's 5th. With 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Only 2 fouls right now on the Vinton-Shellsburg on the Vikettes. Griffith behind the screen over to Davis. Has it right wing, turns on Townsley, looking. Bullet pass inside into a crowd, and it's tipped out of bounds by Piper Nelson.
Nice little set there from Vinton-Shellsburg, something they've been running all year. A little bit of a stagger screen for the shooter coming off the backside, and then a cross screen underneath, trying to get Griffith free.
You know all these plays.
I've seen them too many times.
Inbound, Griffith on the block. A strip going up. Good defense by Jungi.
Well, Jungi looked like she stood up with the basketball there from a knee. But apparently the officials thought she was already up when she grabbed the ball, and will play on.
7-0 run right now by Benton Community. Bobcats looking for their first lead of the ball game. We've been tied once. Tweet on the left side. Holds the basketball there. Now we'll set it up with 15. Griffith still on her. Going to call out a special. Going to be a high pick. Coming off of it, Junkie, step back, three, no good by Tweet, tipped, and Griffith's got it for Vinton-Shellsburg.
Deep three there. The ball screen was pretty high there. That was probably about 26 feet out there, a little bit short on the front of the rim.
Kreitner to Griffith, the high-low look. Inside, posting up, turnaround shot, good. It'll count a foul by Ashley Meyer.
A great seal from Meyer in there. She just worked her way across that charge circle there that's on the floor, obviously, for the G League games. Did a nice job of sealing the defender inside, and then a quick move with the drop step back to her left, laid it in. A little bit of a hook with her arm there, but not enough for the officials to see it. And some contact on the finish. She'll go to the line to shoot one.
Jungie got the foul as the free throw is up and good. Next thing I would like to see in high school basketball, Nate, is use of the charge circle.
Well, I do think, Scott, after a conversation about the shot clock, that there's a lot of things on the table to improve the game, and that might be one of them coming down the pike.
Nelson missed, got back, and got fouled. I hope it comes.
Nice job there from Nelson, staying with the shot. She got blocked, came right back into her hands there, and rather than try to kick it out or try to bail herself out by passing it to a teammate, she went right back up strong and drew the foul. She'll go to the line now to shoot two.
Burke got the foul, her first, third on the Vikings, and Nelson cans the first free throw. First point for Piper Nelson. The 5'10 junior, 66% from the foul line. Second one on the way, and that's short. Townsley back tapped it, and Griffith on her backside came up with it, and then the ball tipped out of bounds. Townsley tipped it away from Davis, and they're going to say Townsley hit it last.
Tough to see from our angle right here, but a bit of a scrum there for the basketball. That was our first missed free throw from either team here in this game. 5 for 5 so far from Vinton-Shellsburg, now 3 for 4 from Benton, so both teams cashing in when they get a chance to get to the line.
Been a good, clean game here so far. On the drive, we're going to travel. Meyer took an extra step.
Once again, just getting a little bit of ahead of herself right there. Shuffled the feet before she could make that move to the rim there. Now 7 turnovers for Vinton. Benton with just 1. And the differential there in our shooting attempts, Benton now 17 field goal attempts from the field, 5 of 17. Benton 6 of 12, shooting 50% so far in the game.
Aubrey Kelly in the lineup. They go backdoor to Townsley, and her shot blocked by Burke out of bounds. And, I think Townsley might have hurt her left wrist there.
She's holding on to it there right by her waist. Looks like maybe she got it jammed as she went up strong against Burke. Burke not giving any ground there. We'll see if that affects Townsley here going forward.
Not so much. Kicks it over to the right baseline. Open jumper, rimming, no, and Burke got the rebound. Burke off the bench. Glenda Burke, 6-foot senior. Kind of looks bigger than that even. She'll set the screen. Davis on the drive, no good. Burke got the rebound, brought it down, and got tied up.
It looked like a physical play underneath there as Benton reached in on the rebound, but I think a good call. Both players fighting for possession. Jump ball will stay here with Vinton throwing it in underneath.
Townsley definitely is hurting out there. Coming off the screen, Johnson, 3 is good, left of the key.
Tough shot right there. It's hard to get your feet set coming off a little bit of an away screen there, but she did a great job getting herself gathered and able to shoot that in a nice rhythm. Knocks it down. Vinton now up by 5.
20-15 as right now 6-1 run. Put up by Vinton-Shellsburg after the 7-0 Benton Community run. Tweet, standing left-hand dribble. Backs it up, puts up the 3. That's no good, but offensive rebound and a block out of bounds. Kelly got a good rebound, and then Burke just came out of nowhere.
Well, you see the help really focused on trying to contain Tweet, and she's bouncing on the perimeter there. A lot of bodies loading up in front of her. That allowed Kelly to be able to sneak free when Tweet missed that 3. She had what looked like was going to be an uncontested shot. Burke came in and knocked it away.
Kramer and Junkie back in for Benton Community as the inbounds pass tipped away, and Bobcats will try it again on the near sideline. Tweet staying in there along with Townsley and McKenna Kramer. And Kreitner still over there in the far corner. Tweet going one-on-one. Little leaner off the glass. No. Rebound tipped around, and Griffith's got it.
Looked like it could have been a reach from Tweet there. She's complaining about not getting a foul on her attempt.
Kreitner pull-up 3 won't go, and they're going to get Griffith going over the back of Tweet.
Nice job there, Tweet, of getting inside position on Griffith. Griffith, of course, going after the offensive board on that weak side there. Came over the top of Tweet. Good call. And that will be, I believe, Griffith's first.
I believe so.
And the team fourth here for Vinton-Shellsburg. Benton sitting with 6 fouls, so the next foul there will put Vinton at the line for the bonus.
20-15. Townsley right point. Gets it to Kramer. Now she's going to have Griffith on her. Drives left free throw line on the hand back to Tweed. Turnaround 15-footer, swish through. Tough shot.
This time going to her right off a little bit of a pin down here. Curled off the screen, caught it at the foul line. 2-dribble, pull up again. She's so good in the mid-range. Nice finish.
20-17. 3.5 to play in the first half. Dump inside. Briley Bruce posting up. Kicks it back out top. Kreitner, a 3 is short. Good rebound by Jenna Tweet. And the Bobcats with the ball down by 3.
Benton not really pushing the pace here, looking to get organized inside.
Boy, great pass. Tweet underneath to a wide open Nelson, and a timeout going to be taken by Jeff Zittergren. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it. 3:09 to play first half. Vinton-Shellsburg 20 and Benton Community 19. Back after this on CRM Live Sports.
American Family Insurance agent Kurt Gustafson is committed to inspiring and protecting dreams right here in Cedar Rapids and the surrounding area. He starts by getting to know you and your needs and build a free auto, home, or life insurance quote. By bundling policies, we can often offer a variety of discounts. Whether you're purchasing a car, buying property, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, we've got your back as you pursue your dreams, and we'll help protect them. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. See Kurt Gustafson Agency of American Family Insurance on Johnson Avenue Southwest, right across from the Johnson Avenue Hy-Vee for more details.
Back with you at the Girls State Basketball Tournament 3A semifinal between Wamak West rivals. Vinton-Shellsburg with a 1-point lead in the ball, 20-19 with 3 to play. Griffith at the free throw line, spins, had it poked away, gets it back. Out top to Johnson. Step-in jumper from the free throw line. No. Davis the offensive board. Another rebound for Vinton-Shellsburg. They've been dominating the glass here in the first half.
And they've got a bit of a size advantage inside for sure.
Johnson scooper off the glass won't go. And the rebound to the Bobcats and Jungi.
Kind of physical matchup inside there between Griffith and Tweet. Both of them working hard for position there, particularly when Griffith trying to work inside.
Townsley, no-look pass down to Nelson on the block. Now they kick it back out to Kramer. 3, good, a deep one. That was an NBA 3.
Well, that was 2 feet behind the red line, probably 28 feet out right there. Just a little jab, just her second field goal attempt. She's now 2 for 2 from the 3-point line. Every time she touches it, she can see the rim. She's going to let it go.
22-20. Bobcats with a 2-point lead. Kreitner with 2 to play here in the half. Standing dribble. Lob down low to Bruce. Posting up, off the glass, good. And a nice spin with the left hand.
Great spacing there from Vinton. Once the ball went inside, lots of room to work. A quick move coming across the lane for the layup.
Tweet, no good on the jumper. Put back, no. And Bruce the rebound. Outlet, here comes Abby Davis. Bringing it up in the power dribble with the right hand. Angles left with it, coming off the top of the key. Back up top to Bruce. Tied at 22, 90 seconds to play in the first half. We'll have the Bin Runner Sportswear halftime show coming up at the break. Davis off the high ball screen, drives all the way in. Left it short though.
That was a great drive from Davis. She looked to the right there, just gave a little bit of a jab. The baseline was open, 2 hard dribbles, and just a little bit too hard off the glass there with the left hand. Benton comes down with the rebound.
Townsley bringing it into the front court as we come up on a minute to play here in the first half. Townsley fakes, goes underneath, and a shot blocked, but a foul. Bruce on the foul as again Nelson on a back cut got open.
Well, we've seen that plenty at Mount Vernon playing against Benton. They just do a great job of filling the weak side block there. Townsley gets the quick step, forces the help to try to stop her in the middle of the lane, and Nelson just finds that little window on the opposite block. They do such a great job of delivering that pass high to her hands in a place that she can finish there, and she draws the foul. She'll go to the line here to shoot 2.
And I think the scoring table wants the officials to come over, and they aren't doing it. Free throw up and good for Nelson. 2 out of 3 this afternoon. And Bobcats back to a lead of 1. One more upcoming. for Nelson. Deep knee bend, puts it up and got it.
I believe that's the first lead of the game here for Benton now with just under a minute to go here in the second quarter.
High two at 24-22. Been a good one. Low-scoring affair here as we thought it might be. Johnson at the far hash. Kreitner up top between the circles, directing traffic. Now gets to Meyer. 40 seconds to play in the half. 15 on the shot clock. Meyer going one-on-one and got a little duck under move to go.
Well, it's an incredible finish right there. The drop step spin move back to her left. She's so good going to her left, but she scooped the right arm underneath the defender's arm. Looked like it could have been an and one there, but clever finish. And now Benton, with 22 seconds left on the clock, will hold for the last shot of the half.
Meyer with 7, down to 16 seconds. And gotta think they're gonna set something up here for Tweed. Up top, gonna call the play with 7. Comes off the high ball screen, angling left. Now on the drive, off the glass with it, no. Rebound Johnson, 2 seconds, 1 second, and does not get the shot off in time from half court. Well, we were tied after the first quarter, and we're tied at halftime. 24-24 between Benton Community and Vinton-Shellsburg. We'll take a break, come back with the Ben Ritter Sportswear halftime show from Des Moines, and we'll do it right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Your search for healthy, fast casual in the downtown is over. Whether it's a quick bite you're looking for or a freshly made smoothie, NutriSport and Smoothie has expanded healthy eating in downtown Cedar Rapids. Business professionals as well as gym goers are singing the praises of their freshly made wraps and breakfast bowls, while the smoothie lover can choose from a variety of nutritious fruit and protein options, including your choice of adding the newest Frontline supplements. For a fast, healthy, and convenient downtown option, look no further than NutriSport and Smoothie. Looking for the best in commercial and residential flooring? At Schumacher Carpets and More, it's the little things that count. Family owned since 1987, the professionals at Schumacher have what you're looking for. Whether it is carpet, luxury vinyl plank, ceramic, laminate, or wood, their personal service and quality products set Schumacher apart in the flooring industry. Famous for a relaxed and pressure-free shopping experience, let the experts at Schumacher Carpets and More break down your options with just a simple conversation. Call, visit, or request an online quote from their website today. First Federal Credit Union has been helping homeowners for almost a century. Options are crucial when it comes to a first-time home purchase, mortgage refinancing, or a bill consolidation loan. Being able to select the absolute best loan for your situation can literally save you thousands of dollars over the life of the loan. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an experienced homeowner, First Federal Credit Union will work to find the solution that is right for you. Learn more at firstfedcu.com. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Carpenters Local 308 in Cedar Rapids is a member of the North Central States Regional Council of Carpenters, representing nearly 27,000 members and their families in the upper Midwest. The union is dedicated to protecting and elevating the economic and social conditions of all workers and to provide our industry with the best trained, most productive, and safest workforce available. Carpenters Local 308 is always looking for new workers to join their ranks. Apprenticeship classes and training are available for you to become a skilled worker for your career. More information on Carpenters Local 308 is available at carpenterslocal308.org. Bim Ritter Sportswear in Cedar Rapids is your complete apparel and headwear provider. Bim Ritter is your one-stop store for screen print and embroidery for polos, t-shirts, hats, and more for any age from newborn to adults. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or a special event? Bim Ritter is the answer, as they work with local teams, clubs, organizations, and businesses from startup to finish to provide the look that you need with exceptional turnaround time. Bim Ritter is also the local apparel supplier for the Cedar Rapids Colonels and Rough Riders. Bim Ritter Sportswear, 817 2nd Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Call them at 364-3479 and visit them online at bimritter.com.
Back at the girls' state basketball tournament. Halftime of this 3A state semifinal, and we are tied at 24 between Benton Community and Vinton-Shellsburg. Good first half. Each team had a spurt there, Nate. Some things from that first half that caught my attention. Rebound advantage for Vinton-Shellsburg, and then the three-point advantage for Benton Community.
Yeah, Benton played a really clean half there as well. Just one turnover, which allowed them to get 7 more shots from the field. And if there's anything that would concern me going into the second half on either side, it would be that. The team that's going to get more opportunities to score is likely going to give themselves the best chance to, get some separation, especially in such a close game here. But Vinton's done a nice job on Kramer, obviously, as we talked about in the first half, face guarding her. Pretty much from the moment that she crosses half court, she's got somebody right in her face, and she's gotten 2 open looks, knocked both of them down here in the first half to be able to keep Vinton close. And the rebounding advantage, obviously, to Vinton, as you mentioned.
First half scoring, let's take a look at that. And for Benton Community, Jenna Tweet with 8 on 4 field goals. 6 for McKenna Kramer, both deep 3-pointers. Only shot it twice, made both. 5 points for Piper Nelson, Emma Townsley with a 3-pointer and 3, and Zoe Jungi with a couple of free throws for 2. Vinton-Shellsburg also balanced scoring. Ashley Meyer leading the way with 7 points. Briley Bruce with 6. Melissa Griffith has 4. Julie Johnson off the bench with 5, including a 3, the only 3 of the game for Vinton-Shellsburg, and Abby Davis with 2 in the first half. The turnovers in the first half of play, 7 for Vinton-Shellsburg to only 1 for Benton Community. And I don't know, just throw it to you for a look at a lot of the pertinent halftime stats.
Well, the other interesting stat when you start looking over the numbers here, Benton from the field, Tweet 4 of 13. Obviously, the offense is running through her. She's getting the ball for the most part kind of in that lane area, extended at the top of the key. She's been able to hurt Vinton a little bit, especially driving to her left. She's 4 of 13 from the field. If you look at everybody else combined, just 4 of 25 from that supporting cast around her. I think that may be a huge key looking into the second half here. If some of those other players, whether it's Nelson, who's had some opportunities around the basket, Jungi is going to be left open much of the time by Vinton. If they can knock down a couple shots and loosen up some space for Tweet to continue to be able to drive it to the rim, that could be a big key here for Benton. And on the other side, Vinton has shot the ball well here, 43% in the first half, 9 of 21. The 7 turnovers, as we mentioned before, some of those are aggressive turnovers, trying to get the ball inside, trying to go into Griffith, who had a nice, somewhat quiet first half. She got a bucket going early, just 4 points in the first half there, but I do think she's got an advantage around the block if you can get it inside there. A nice lift there from Meyer with 7 points, as you mentioned. She's 3 for 4 from the field. That's been a tough matchup for Benton Community to try to stay in front of her. So it's a bit of a chess match back and forth here, and again, in these kind of games, interesting to see who steps up to make a big shot here in the second half.
Yeah, and you got to think this thing is going to come right down to the wire. Not going to go out on a limb and say whoever has the ball last is going to win this thing. But no one's in foul trouble right now, so that's good news. Benton Community has no one with 2. Briley Bruce picked up her second right there at the end. Only 5 team fouls in Vinton-Shellsburg in that first half, and 6 on Benton Community. So as far as foul trouble is concerned, no problems there in the first half. Second chance points, Vinton-Shellsburg 7-1. So a big advantage right there as far as the Vikings are concerned. As we're at half, tied at 24 between Vinton-Shellsburg and Benton Community. Back with you tomorrow here at the state tournament for a 1A state semifinal at 3 o'clock. And well, while this one's 24-24 at half, I think it might be 24-24 tomorrow with about 2 minutes to go in the first quarter with North Lynn and Newell Fonda.
Yes, that's going to be a fun game for sure. Both teams play a very aggressive open court style. They'll press back and forth, I think, in the game. They want to take quick shots. Wouldn't surprise me at all if that game is in the 50s or even the 60s by the time it's over, particularly if Newell Fonda probably shot it as well as they have all season in that opening win against Woodbine. And, of course, we know the firepower that Coach Wheatley has at North Lynn. They've led the state in three-point percentage for most of the season at just over 38%. A lot of weapons there for them, and that'll be a really fun game tomorrow afternoon in the 1A semifinals.
We're going to have that for you tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and then tomorrow night, 7:45 or thereabouts, we'll have the Class 3A state championship game between one of these two teams, either the Bobcats or Vinton-Shellsburg, taking on Solon or Sioux Center. That's the game coming up after this, the other 3A state semifinal. We'll take a break, get you ready for the second half. 24-24, Vinton-Shellsburg and Benton Community. Back after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Centrally located in downtown Cedar Rapids, Hard Drive Elite is not your traditional fitness center. While other gyms offer one-size-fits-all solutions, HD Elite specializes in crafting individual workouts based on your specific needs. You'll receive one-on-one attention from an experienced trainer who both designs and provides game-changing service to the area's top youth level and college athletes. No matter what your age, when seeking help with your personal fitness goals, contact the professionals at Hard Drive Elite today. No matter where you are in life, Hills Bank is here to help you succeed. Whether you're buying your first house, saving for your child's future, or preparing for retirement, you can count on the people at Hills Bank for the support you need to reach your goals. It's easy to connect with a banker over the phone or on hillsbank.com because we believe banking is better through human connection. Hills Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC member. Cedar Rapids Millwork, providing outstanding service to Eastern Iowa for over 50 years. Quality products, including windows, doors, moldings, hardware, stair parts, specialties, and cabinets. Locally owned and operated, Cedar Rapids Millwork has in-house production, providing innovative quality services for contractors and their customers of the corridor. Cedar Rapids Millwork, 1950 Progress Drive in Hiawatha, and online at cedarrapidsmillwork.com. End your search for your favorite restaurant in Cedar Rapids. Come to Emil's Hideaway. Emil's is the home for the best-tasting American food around. Choose from your favorites: chicken, pasta dishes, pizzas, burgers, and fries. Whether you're bringing the whole family for a meal or wetting your whistle at our fully stocked bar, there's something to satisfy all ages and tastes at our classic American local restaurant. Need catering for your next party or event? Emil's has that too. Call them for details. Emil's Hideaway, open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m., is right next to Home Depot and across from Lyndale Mall on 1st Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Epiphany Dermatology is a full-service dermatology practice that treats all conditions of the skin, hair, and nails. Dr. John Woolner has been practicing and treating patients for over 30 years. Epiphany Dermatology has built a reputation based on reliable customer service and quality skin and hair loss treatments. Epiphany Dermatology also places a special emphasis on skin cancer prevention, screenings, and treatment. Call them to book an appointment at 363-9936 and visit their website at epiphanydermatology.com. Epiphany Dermatology, 5264 Council Street Northeast, Suite 700 in Cedar Rapids.
Back getting ready for the second half here at Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. As good crowd on hand from Benton County on both sides here. Benton Community on the far side, Vinton-Shellsburg behind us. As the winner of this one moves on to the state championship game. Boys state tournament coming up next week. 4 teams to cover. We'll have North Lynn in Class 1A, Marion and Xavier in 3A, and the Kennedy Cougars in 4A boys basketball. So another busy week coming up here at Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. Good news on the Emil's Hideaway scoreboard. UNI men win their first game at Arch Madness, 75-62 over Illinois State. Go Panthers.
There you go.
Well, tie game like that, it's always the first 2 minutes of the second half are a key, you know that, Nate, but in a tie game like this against your rival, whatever side you're on, even bigger.
Yeah, it's nice to have the first possession coming out of the time or out of the halftime here. We'll see if Benton runs anything different than what they were doing in the first half, and it looks like they're going to start Tweet off the ball here in the corner. I would expect to get some screening action for her here to try to get her going early, and we'll see which team can crack the shell first and try to get that lead back.
Our second half brought to you by Epiphany Dermatology on Council Street Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Dr. John Woolner with over 30 years of experience. Thanks to Doc Woolner. Townsley out front. Benton Community with their same starting 5. Tweet, Kramer, Nelson, Townsley, and Jungie. 2-person game, and now Tweet picks it up, has to bounce it back to Townsley. They run the weave to Kramer. Back it comes to Tweet, turns, drives on Griffith, takes a free throw line, got doubled, out to Jungie, 3-pointer, rims in and out. And a good box out and rebound by Kreitner.
Well, if you're Vinton-Shellsburg, that's exactly what you want right there. They shut down some of the screening action for Tweet coming through the lane. They stopped Kramer from getting a touch, and Benton had to settle for Junkie from 3 from the outside.
Meyer, Griffith, Bruce, Davis, Kreitner, starting 5 as Townsley hit the deck. They go back door. They find Griffith wide open for the layup.
It looked like Tweet got a little bit distracted there when the player fell down in front of her. Griffith heads up play, cut right to the basket, and they let her right in for an easy layup.
Vikettes back up by 2 at 26-24. Townsley shovels it over to Jungie. Ooh, might have picked up that pivot foot. Here's Kramer, bumped out top, spinning. Now gets it to Tweet. Turns, gonna go one-on-one against Meyer. Takes her in the lane, pull up from 10 and can't get the roll. Offensive rebound though, one of the few of the game, and that's McKenna Kramer. Yep, they're gonna get Kramer on a hook.
And probably the right call right there. One of the things about Kramer when she's being face guarded, it is sometimes hard to box out a shooter when you're not aware of when the shot goes up, and the shooter can see that. There, Kramer snuck in, got the offensive rebound, dribbled the ball back out to the perimeter, looked to re-attack, and when she did, she clearly hooked the defender there, and the official saw it. Not going to let her get away with that one. We're going the other way.
Anytime you can gain an advantage, that's when the foul is called. Davis going one-on-one, scoops it, no good with the left hand, and Junkie the board.
Well, we've seen Davis be able to get free to the left side a couple of times now, unable to finish, but a great drive.
26-24, Tweet spinning in the lane, up top to Townsley. She'll take it, goes up with a little scooper of her own, no good, and the rebound chased down on the far corner by Nelson.
Nice step through there from Townsley to get that shot off in the lane.
Jungie an air ball for 3 and another offensive board. Imagine Coach Z talked at halftime about hitting the offensive glass.
Well, they've done a nice job, and again, the dribble penetration draws a lot of help. It's tough to box out when you're coming out of a help side position.
Townsley down the lane and scores.
Now, she fumbled the catch early there on that left wing, and then she gathered herself. She was able to get a step and a nice, clever footwork. Bit of a Euro inside, laid it off the glass with the right hand.
Hey, it works for Caitlin Clark for game winners if you fumble it a little bit. 26-26, 5:27 to play here in the third. Griffith, right of the circle, out top to Meyer. She puts it on the floor, got doubled, and had it stripped and stolen by Tweet.
Heads up play there from Tweet. The dribble coming underneath of her. She attacked the ball with both hands and is able to get the deflection and come up with the steal.
Tweet turns, goes down the lane, off balance shot, rimming, no good. Rebound back tap, Meyer's got it, and we got a foul on a reach on Tweet. They let the first couple go, I think, there, Nate, but they got the third one.
Tweet's frustrated there. A dribble attack, she got herself deep in the lane again. Goes up in the crowd, feels like she had some contact, but to be fair to the officials, it's been consistent inside. They haven't called a lot of the contact there, and Tweets had to fight through it. Out of frustration, it looked like she tried to tie up the rebound there and got called for the reach in from behind.
So a fresh 35 on the shot clock, 5 to play in the third. Each team with a bucket so far. We're tied at 26. Each possession so valuable. Johnson into the game off the Vinton-Shellsburg bench. Goes up top to Davis, step back 3, got it left of the key.
A really tough shot from Davis there. She came off a pin down on that left side, caught the ball, went one jab step to her right and just rose and knocked it down.
29-26, driving a kick to Townsley. Right free throw line, back to Nelson in the corner. Against the Vinton-Shellsburg man-to-man. Tweet guarded by Meyer. Has the top of the key, looking to go one-on-one. Drives, got a double, kicked out for a 3, and it's good by Emma Townsley.
Big shot there from Townsley. Obviously, Davis guarding her, had to help on the drive as Meyer came downhill on the left side of the lane once more. The kick out was open, and a good shot there from Townsley to tie the game again. 29-29 here, 4:24 to go in the third.
And a full timeout taken by Benton Community. We'll take one as well. Back to Des Moines after this on CRM Live Sports.
Need help for your small or mid-sized business with printing needs and personalized marketing solutions? Allegra Print Mail and Signs can help. Everything from direct mail marketing to printing services and even vehicle graphics. Allegra Print Mail and Signs can help your business grow. Allegra takes on your project as if it was their own and can use their many platforms to help elevate your individual or business's game. Proudly serving the Cedar Rapids Metro as well as Lynn County and beyond. Allegra Print Mail and Signs, 3939 16th Avenue Southwest in Cedar Rapids.
Improve reaction time, better mobility, increase longevity, get your power turned on from age 1 to 100. Let us help you at Spinal Corrective Center, PC. Area chiropractors for pediatric development and adult health. Call today at 319-393-3996 or check out their website at spinalcc.com. And a big thanks to Drs. Kuehl, Kretzinger, and Henick, and everybody over at Spinal Corrective Center. And 29-29. Neither team can get away from the other one. Here's Vinton-Shellsburg. Davis takes it all the way and scores.
Well, this time they set a high ball screen on either side. She went to her right this time. First time in the game she's been able to get penetration in that direction. A little bit more comfortable finishing with the right hand.
To the corner, open three, good for Aubrey Kelly. How about that?
A big shot from her first make of the game here. And as we talked about at halftime, if Benton can get some shots to go down from Tweet's supporting cast, it's going to make them a lot tougher on the offensive end.
22% on the year. The high-low pass tipped by Tweet and intercepted by Benton Community.
A good heads-up play there defensively. Burke working inside for the seal. Nice job by Tweet to get the deflection.
9 turnovers now for Vinton-Shellsburg. They work the wave to Kelly, free throw line. Bounce back on the far sideline. Tweet had to go get the ball. Comes off the high ball screen, turns the corner, pop-up jumper from 15 short. Townsley, the offensive rebound, powers it up, had it blocked, and it went off of a Bobcat out of bounds.
It looked like it came back down maybe through Townsley's hands there. Unfortunate for her as the ball went into the Benton cheerleading section. Benton will now bring it back the other way.
A lot of bodies in there.
Well, and as we said, it's going to be physical, and it's been consistent. So I don't know that you can fault the officiating. It's just something you have to adjust to as the game goes on.
Nope, I think they've been consistent, and that's all you want. 32-31, Bobcats by 1. Subs getting ready to come in for both teams. Griffith in the high post, turns, plays catch now with Davis. They'll clear it out for her. Going to go one-on-one against Townsley. Cut off, gets back to Griffith. Fakes the three, now drives in. A little bit of contact. Shot no good off the glass. Offensive board for a moment for Vinton-Shellsburg, and we're going to end up with a jump. And it's going to stay with the Vikings.
An aggressive drive there from Griffith. Griffith, again, matched up with Tweet defensively, and that's been a physical matchup all game long there. Tweet thought she might have been able to draw a charge there as Griffith kind of went into her. Tweet flailed backwards, didn't get the call, and then off the offensive rebound there led to the scrum, and now Vinton throws it in again underneath.
32-31, 31 on the shot clock. On the hand back, turnaround jumper, missing everything for Kreutner. And here comes Tweet the other way for the Bobcats. A little disappointed with herself. Think she saw somebody down low, but late. On the hand back. Picked up by Kreutner. She'll put up the three. No good, but flying in for the rebound and the putback. Aubrey Kelly, who's had 2 big buckets in the third.
Well, once again, Vinton helping off of Kelly so much. It gives her free rein to be able to attack the glass, and there she got an easy putback.
Yep, Johnson with a putback, and now we're going to get a Vinton-Shellsburg timeout. 7 off the bench for Julia Johnson. We got a 1-point game. 2:12 to play in the third. Benton Community 34, Vinton-Shellsburg 33, and we'll be back after this on CRM Live Sports.
Does your business need signs, nameplates, or name badges? Looking to recognize an employee, athlete, or student for a job well done, or promote your next big event? Letter Perfect in Cedar Rapids has what you need to identify, recognize, and promote. ADA-compliant office signs, industrial signs, full-color signs, dimensional letters, personalized plaques, and awards of all kinds, and thousands of items to customize with your company logo to promote your business. Letter Perfect, 5412 Centerpoint Road Northeast, and online at letperfect.com. Bim Ritter Sportswear in Cedar Rapids is your complete apparel and headwear provider. Bim Ritter is your one-stop store for screen print and embroidery for polos, t-shirts, hats, and more for any age from newborn to adults. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or a special event? Bim Ritter is the answer, as they work with local teams, clubs, organizations, and businesses from startup to finish to provide the look that you need with exceptional turnaround time. Bim Ritter is also the local apparel supplier for the Cedar Rapids Colonels and Rough Riders. Bim Ritter Sportswear, 817 2nd Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Call them at 364-3479 and visit them online at bimritter.com.
Back with you from Des Moines. Off the timeout. Kramer going baseline. Tried to bounce in the lane, nobody home, and Davis with the pick away. Davis all the way, blocked from behind by Tweed out of bounds.
Kramer finally gets a touch on the offensive end there. Shot fakes and drove it. Thought she had a little drop-off pass, but her teammate didn't see it. Now Vinton goes the other way. Davis trying to beat Tweet to the basket. Tweet timed it up perfectly. Got the block from behind here. Now Vinton will throw it in underneath their own basket. 31 seconds left on the shot clock here.
Benton shooting 30% from the game. Vinton-Shellsburg at 45%. Kreitner pull up from 12, no good. Bruce flies in for the rebound, off balance. Missed it, hit the side of the backboard, and it comes down to McKenna Kramer.
Nice job contesting there by Benton on that putback attempt. Bruce a little bit knocked off balance, wasn't able to finish.
34-33, Kelly posting up. Has had 2 big buckets here in the quarter, and then tried to get the pass up top, and it's off of Riley Bruce out of bounds.
Kelly got pinned on the baseline there in a double team and looked to try to throw it to the opposite wing. It looked like it hit Bruce right in the chest and went out of bounds.
Inbound, Bobcats left of the glass in front court. Jungie, Townsley in there, Kelly, Tweet, and McKenna Kramer. Tweet going one-on-one all the way in, off the glass, good, waving off on a charge.
Boy, that might have been a tough call right there. Goes back to your case for the restricted circle there. Nice little jab and go from Tweet. She beat the first defender, maybe leaning in a little bit on the help side coming over, but clearly just parking underneath of that circle. Makes it tough for an offensive player there. But Mr. Squires thought that the defense established themselves, and Tweet picks up the foul.
I think it would just help officials out.
It would help the players out as well. Defensively, you know where you got to get to, and I think you're right. It would provide some clarity for the officials as well.
Ball tipped away, and another Vinton-Shellsburg turnover. Their 10th of the ball game. Bobcats by 1, 1:05 to play here in the third. Kelly to Jungie, takes the left free throw line, on the hand back now to Kramer, frees herself, turnaround 17-footer short, and Townsley got the rebound in the far corner. Gets it right back. Thought about the 3, takes the free throw line, whips it over to the near corner, back to Kelly. With 25 on the shot clock. Over to Townsley, right wing for a 3, short all the way, and the rebound wrestled away by Kelly, who's played a whale of a third quarter.
Well, it's been really physical inside right there, and again, officials are letting them play. Griffith thought she was fouled on that offensive rebound from Benton, and it looks like Vinton is now trying to deny Tweet a little bit more. Meyer in a face guarding position when she does not have the ball. Seems like a good strategy to try to keep it out of her hands as well.
Shot clock and the third quarter clock about simultaneous as the ball tipped out of bounds. Good overplay by Kreitner. And it went off McKenna Kramer.
A nice play there from Johnson just to give some pressure. They're 40 feet away there, and a lot of times teams are going to give you that. But really good job putting the pressure on and getting the deflection off the foot there. Now Vinton with a chance to get the last shot of the quarter here, down by 1, 30 seconds left to go.
Shot clock is off. Meyer to Griffith. They work the perimeter to Davis in the left wing. Between the circles, back to Griffith. Rich Heisman's over there calling out the play and telling him when to go. Down to 10. Hand back, Abby Davis. Davis coming right off the high ball screen. She'll put up the 3, missed it. Flying in for the rebound, shot blocked, and Meyer went up again and was fouled.
All right, interesting sequence right there. Davis just trying to create at the end of the clock there. Took a tough 3. Vinton comes down with the rebound, stuffed on the putback attempt. Now they'll throw it in with .7 here. You just got to catch and shoot or watch a little bit of a lob, potentially somebody just coming downhill to try to tap it in with under a second left to go here in the third.
Oh, and that was the 4th on Jenna Tweet.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one right there. Senior leader, you're going to probably try to protect her as long as you can, but it wouldn't surprise me if she comes back and plays most of the fourth quarter.
Inbound, they tried to go back door, and the ball tipped away, and that's it for the third quarter. Well, buckle the seatbelts. We got a good one as we head to the fourth. It is Benton Community 34 and Vinton-Shellsburg 33. Back with quarter number 4 right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Cedar Rapids Millwork, providing outstanding service to Eastern Iowa for over 50 years. Quality products, including windows, doors, moldings, hardware, stair parts, specialties, and cabinets. Locally owned and operated, Cedar Rapids Millwork has in-house production, providing innovative quality services for contractors and their customers of the corridor. Cedar Rapids Millwork, 1950 Progress Drive in Hiawatha, and online at cedarrapidsmillwork.com. Looking for reliable and professional plumbing service in the metro area? Look no further than Evans Plumbing. From the smallest and simplest jobs to large commercial plumbing needs, Evans Plumbing will strive to exceed expectations by ensuring that all plumbing work is done to the highest of standards. Evans Plumbing uses only the highest quality parts and equipment to ensure customer satisfaction is guaranteed, and 24-hour emergency service is available. Evans Plumbing, 5070 18th Avenue Southwest, and at evansmasterplumber.com.
Go to the fourth quarter in this battle of Benton County. Third meeting between Benton Community and Vinton-Shellsburg. This one with all the marbles on it to go to the finals. And Jenna Tweet picks up her fourth foul. With 0.7 left in the third. She will start the fourth quarter as a spectator on the bench.
Well, I would imagine here that you would try to milk this out as long as you can. See if you can get to that maybe 4-minute mark with a lead or staying close and then bring her in to finish. Of course, you're going to trust your senior leader as well. You can manipulate your defensive matchups to try to keep her out of trouble if she comes back into the game.
Jungie plays catch with Townsley. Couple ball fakes. Townsley takes the free throw line, turns the corner. Back up top to Aubrey Kelly, who's in there right now for Tweed. Here's Jungie for a big three and got it left of the circle.
Huge three from Jungie right there. Again, we talked about the supporting cast. She takes a shot there on the drive and kick, now extending Benton's lead to 4.
37-33, Bobcats up by 4. We'll see what Vinton-Shellsburg comes back with. They'll dump it to Griffith inside, goes off the glass and scores. They tried to draw the charge, nothing doing.
Well, we've seen that a couple times from defenders inside against the post-up of Vinton-Shellsburg, trying to flop on that contact initially. Officials aren't going to have it.
37-35, Kramer comes left, circles that way, on the hand back to Zoe Jungie. Jungie, no look, bounce inside, and Bruce came away with the basketball. Turnover for Benton Community.
I like the idea there on the backdoor cut through the lane. Sometimes that can be a tough one to catch in traffic. Good job by Vinton-Shellsburg coming up with the loose ball.
Did not take long. Tweet's going to get ready to come back in. Griffith thought to clear out, driving in. Again, they tried to draw the charge. Kreitner running one-hander, no good. And the rebound to Kelly.
And Nelson is hobbling coming down the floor here. She hit the floor pretty hard there after that contact.
Oh, Townsley lost the handle, but it goes to Kramer. And a timeout. A 30 being called here by Coach Zittergrund. He's telling everybody, calm down.
Well, just trying to get his team to settle in. Obviously, when, Tweed is handling the ball for the last 4 years, the majority of the time when you take that piece out and everybody's kind of shifted into some responsibilities that maybe they're not used to, it's going to get a little bit disorganized and a little bit frantic there, and he's just trying to get the troops settled, get Tweed back into the game. She's obviously going to have to play smart here defensively, not get herself in any trouble here in terms of reaching in or trying to block shots that she's not in position to do so. But again, we've seen this before in the quarterfinals. Solon, Callie Levine was in foul trouble late, finished that game. And of course, we remember the Grandview Christian Northland championship game, I think a year ago, when Grandview Christian played the last 8 minutes of that game with 3 starters with 4 fouls and none fouled out. So certainly possible, but you got to play smart in those situations.
Yes, you do. So here we go. Tweet back into the game for Benton with 4 fouls with 6 minutes to go. A drive down the lane and a kiss off the glass for Jungie.
A big shot there again from Jungie. Drew the contact, lowered that inside shoulder against the defender, and they made a nice finish off the glass.
39-35, spin and a layup by Ashley Meyer on the other end. Nice move with the left hand.
Good to see her get a touch again. She caught the ball in the left corner, drove it toward the elbow area, and then countered back to the baseline with that left hand that's been so good for her tonight.
39-37, jab step into 3, short by Tweet. Offensive rebound and the put back up and good by McKenna Kramer.
And once again, we see Kramer being more active. She's been face guarded. The touch has been hard to come by here, but she's finding opportunities when the shot goes up. It's tough to box her out when you can't see the basketball. She's got now her 3rd offensive rebound here of the second half.
41-37. Bobcats back to that 4-point lead in the man-to-man. Meyer at the free throw line to Kreitner. She'll turn the corner, takes it down on the left block, looking for some help, tried to bounce it inside and threw it away.
And Kreitner got herself in a little bit of trouble over there, drove across the lane, bounced that dribble out to about the short corner, a little bit off balance. The crowd thought she might have traveled, but trying to get rid of it, she turns it over, throwing it across the lane, and now Benton, big possession here to try to open up a 2-possession lead here. 41-37, 5:10 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Addison Phillips will come in. Tweet will go out. They'll give Jenna a little bit of a break with those 4 fouls and the lead. Big possession right here. Kelly to Phillips. Picks it up free throw line. Townsley with 17 on the shot clock. Couple jab steps. Going to take Griffith into the lane. Goes up strong and drew the foul.
And probably the right call there. Griffith thought she had all ball, but she was sliding into her body there. There's one thing that Townsley does well is she's very aggressive with that right hand going to the basket, and did a nice job there getting penetration, fighting through the contact. Now she'll go to the line for 2 big ones here for Benton.
76% foul shooter for the junior, and too strong on the first one. We'll pick our player of the game at the conclusion of this one. It is brought to you by First Federal Credit Union.
Tweet back out there on the floor here. Sometimes you wonder if you could go offense and defense in situations like this, but Coach Z going to leave her in, and she is matched up here at the other ends
with Julia Johnson. Griffith, back it comes to Johnson, behind the screen for 3, front iron no, and the rebound to Aubrey Kelly. Lead pass to McKenna Kramer, and she'll wait and hold it for Tweet. Back in there. Townsley on the fake of the 3, into the lane. Oh, threw it to the corner, threw it right to Johnson.
A tough read there from Townsley. Thought she was going to draw the help. She tried to throw the snap back pass and intercepted right away by Johnson.
But Townsley made up for it with the steal, and then Johnson going to get the foul reaching in.
Great play by Townsley there. Saw the back door, got beat initially on the first step, but dove into that passing lane, grabbed it with 2 hands, and then Johnson, perhaps out of frustration, tried to tie the ball up there and got called for the reach-in foul. That will be just the second foul, the 4th foul. The second foul on Vinton-Shellsburg, 4 fouls on Benton here with 4:17 to go in the 4th.
So both teams still a long way from the bonus here.
And that could be big as we get down to the final minutes here if teams have to give a foul or trying to get somebody to the line. We see Vinton now matched up in their 1-2-2, little half-court pressure here as they settle back into the man-to-man.
Here's Tweet holding it out front as we come up on halfway here in our 4th quarter with Benton Community up by 4 in this 3A semifinal. Jungi right of the circle. She'll take it free throw line. No look bounce up top. 10 on the shot clock to Tweet. Holds it against Griffith. Fakes left, goes right. Tries to hook the pass inside. Tipped by Bruce, stolen by Johnson.
Really good help side defense there from Vinton. Closing down that pass across the lane there that Benton's been so good with in the first half. Now comes down with a big possession here. Down 4, 3:30 to go.
Griffith to Bruce. Up top. Each possession big. Inside to Meyer, fouled on that quick move with the left hand. Got good position, and Kramer fouled him.
Well, that's been a really good matchup for Vinton-Shellsburg here. They haven't gone to it much in the second half. Just Meyer's second field goal attempt here after halftime. After scoring 7 in the first half, she was aggressive inside. They're playing her in single coverage, which she should have a bit of an advantage with the left hand and with her length. There she gets to the line, knocks down the first one to cut the lead to 3.
76% foul shooter for Vinton-Shellsburg. 1 possession lead, and in and out on the second one. Rebound out of bounds. Going to go to Benton Community.
I think that was the right call there. 3 players in a scrum trying to come down with that board. It looked like Vinton knocked it out last, and now once again Vinton-Shellsburg in a little bit of a 1-3-1 half-court look, a press that we've seen a lot from them this season. Holding on to it here to see if they can generate a turnover.
Here's Tweet in the open court. Flips the pass back out to Townsley. They'll set it up with 22 on the shot clock. Townsley comes off the high ball screen. Looks inside, picks it up. Looking, and on the sideline, a foul before Tweet hit the ground or make that Nelson. They got Briley Bruce, I think.
Well, I think that's the right call there. Nelson was trying to step to that pass, and Bruce just kind of gave her a knee in the rear end there. Couldn't stop herself before she made the contact there, and now Benton will throw it in with a fresh 35 on the shot clock.
Still only the 13th foul on the Vikettes. 3 minutes remaining in the game. 3 minutes till one of these teams from Benton County heads to the championship. Townsley into the lane, penetrates back to Tweet. Jenna going to go one-on-one into the lane, hanging 10-footer, good.
She's big trouble, missed her when she gets into the lane, 6 feet in front of the rim. She's going to knock that down every time. Really nice jab and go. And now Benton again up 2 possessions here.
And a blocking foul going to be called on Piper Nelson.
Once again, we see Meyer being aggressive with the dribble, this time from the right wing, slashing across the lane. Just caught the hip from Nelson there. Benton will throw it in underneath.
Left of the glass. They force it into Griffith. Puts up the shot on the turnaround, and they got another foul on Nelson.
A tough one there for Benton. Griffith, a nice little action there on the baseline out of bounds. She set the back screen and then rolled quickly back to the ball. They threw it into her, but right into a double team. Didn't have a great angle. Boy, if you don't bail her out there, that's going to be a tough finish. But fortunately, they dropped the arms here, and now Griffith will go to the line to shoot 2.
65% on the year and hits the very first one. Vinton-Shellsburg shooting 41% from the field. Benton Community 34%. Plus 2 rebound advantage for Vinton-Shellsburg. So Benton has clawed their way back in that stat. One more for the senior and got it to go.
Now the lead here back to 3 as Benton brings it across here. I would imagine they will be a little bit deliberate here. Work a little bit of time and then see what Tweet can create at the end of the shot clock.
2:25 to play. It's Meyer guarding Tweet. Tweet going to go one-on-one. There's that pull-up 12-footer again and got the roll.
Yeah, great drive right there. Got the quick step on Meyer. The help was late. She pulled up again, 12-footer off the bounce in the lane. So tough. Pushes the lead back to 5.
45-40, 12 for Tweet. Meyer jump stop off the shot, no good. Got her own rebound though. She'll take it inside. Tried to go with the bounce pass, block to block, and it's kicked out of bounds.
A tough shot there from Davis. 2 dribbles to the right side, kind of an awkward stop on 2 feet. Missed the shot here. It's deflected out of bounds. So we've got 2:01 left here to go in the 4th quarter. Vinton's going to throw it in underneath their own basket. We'll see what they can come up with a baseline out of bounds here when we come back.
2:01 to play in the ball game. It's 45-40. Benton Community on top. Back after this short break on CRM Live Sports.
The Cedar Rapids Iowa City Building Trades Council represents 18 building trade unions in the corridor. Each union provides skilled workers for construction projects throughout the area. Union workers are highly skilled professionals who are determined to better their communities. The building trades unions are always looking toward the future. Training in registered apprenticeships is available. Visit their website at cricbt.org for more information. The Cedar Rapids Iowa City Building and Trades Council, committed to getting the job done right the first time. No matter where you are in life, Hills Bank is here to help you succeed. Whether you're buying your first house, saving for your child's future, or preparing for retirement, you can count on the people at Hills Bank for the support you need to reach your goals. It's easy to connect with a banker over the phone or on hillsbank.com because we believe banking is better through human connection. Hills Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC member.
Off the inbound, Vikettes with the ball. Johnson to the corner to Meyer. She'll drop it inside. Griffith fumbled it for a moment, picked it up, and got the hook to go.
Yeah, really nice post up there from Griffith. Caught the ball, spun hard to her right side. Good finish off the glass. Cuts the lead to 45-42. Nice. Now with the shot clock this year, you can play for a stop for Vinton with 1:35 left to go here in the game.
12 for Griffith. Tweet got doubled up top. Got it to Townsley in the jump pass. Cross court now to Jungi, who's hit a big shot in this 4th quarter. Sets that high ball screen for Tweet. Free throw line, pull up. Can't get that one to go, but a big offensive rebound and a foul. And it's going to go against Vinton-Shellsburg. What an offensive board that time for the Bobcats.
Great job inside again. That opposite block area off the dribble penetration. Bruce kind of got hung up on her back right there. Benton will throw it in underneath. The shot clock does reset to 35 here with 1:22 to go.
4 on Briley Bruce, so she's the first Vikette in foul trouble. Tweet playing with 4 up top, coming off the ball screen. Little leaner, no, and a foul. She got her arm hit, and she'll go to the line.
A bit surprising that they went that early, just about 10 seconds into the fresh shot clock right there, but Tweet saw an advantage, drove herself into a triple coverage right there, tried to throw it up off the glass with the left hand from about 6 feet out. For Vinton-Shellsburg, that's not a bad shot off balance. We can, but unfortunately got bailed out, and that will be Bruce's 5th foul, so she will come out of the game here. Tweet will go to the line for 2 big free throws, 1:13 left to go here in the game.
And couple big free throws. coming up, and the first one rattles good for Jenna Tweet.
As we reset the board here, Benton with 7 fouls, so Vinton will go to the line anytime they are fouled in the final minute. Vinton-Shellsburg 1 still to give. The possession arrow does favor the Vikettes here as Tweet makes the second one and extends the lead 47-42.
84% foul shooter. That's who you want if you're Benton Community. Off the clear out, Davis on the hand back to Johnson. Johnson crossover dribble, now on the drive, forced it and took it into traffic and lost it.
Now for Benton, you want to spread it out, make Vinton come out. They've got a foul to give, as we mentioned.
Yeah, only 5 right now for Vinton-Shellsburg, and they just give the 6th right there. As Abby Davis picks up her first foul.
In a 2-possession game here, you can't really play for a stop with 49 seconds left. The shot clock resets after every foul. Vinton's going to take a 30-second timeout to talk it over.
Yeah, 49.7 to go here, and you go for the steal immediately. We know that. If you don't get it, you got a foul, right?
I think yes, play either for a 5-second call on the inbound if you want to try to pressure that, or you can hold somebody away from the ball innocently. If there's somebody that you'd like to get to the foul line, you might see them even double Tweet here so that she doesn't catch the first pass. There's lots of different ways to try to scheme the defense, but they want to get somebody to the line quickly. You've got to score twice if you're the Vikettes. And when you start looking at free throw percentages here, as you mentioned before, Tweet at 84%. You want to keep her off the line as much as possible. Kramer shooting 70%, so looking for somebody else there to have to knock some free throws down if you're Vinton-Shellsburg.
Jungie to trigger and got it in along the sideline to Tweet. She's going to dribble out of there. She got hit pretty good. She tried to dribble it out of there.
Now exactly what you don't want right there from Vinton-Shellsburg. Tweet lined up in the back of the stack. Just gave a jab like she was going to the backcourt and then cut hard right to the basketball. Great inbound pass for her. And then, as you said, took a bit of a shot there to the chin as she was dribbling up. She'll go to the line now to shoot 1-and-1.
1-and-1 coming up for Jenna Tweet, and got it. You want your seniors at the line in clutch situations. She'll have one more. Johnson got that foul, got the roll on the second one.
Well, that's trouble for Vinton-Shellsburg. Pushes the lead to 7 here, just 40 seconds left. You got to get 3 scores. You got to go quickly.
Griffith, a 3, that won't go. Tweet flies in for the rebound. Tweet's been the difference in the fourth quarter.
Well, as expected. Anytime you've got the best player on the floor, especially in games like this, that's going to give you an advantage. Tweet excellent with the basketball. She's come down with some big rebounds here. She's made every free throw down the stretch, and now we're going to push this out. Probably going to be a double-digit game by the time this is over if they continue to make free throws here, but as we know, a much more closely contested battle throughout.
1-and-1, up and good for Tweet. 17 for Jenna Tweet. And she'll have one more, and it's up and can't get it to go. 34 seconds to play, down by 8. It's a 3-possession game. Davis quickly into the front court to Griffith for 3. Missed it, too strong. Rebound Benton. And a foul in the backcourt. Meyer fouls Tweet.
Well, for Vinton-Shellsburg, those are 2 shots that aren't necessarily bad shots. Quick 3s there from Griffith. She's not maybe their highest percentage 3-point shooter, but you just don't have a lot of time to be able to work for something else. They've done a good job of getting the foul quickly here, but unfortunately that puts Tweet on the line once again to push this lead out. And for Benton, they've done everything right here down the stretch in terms of being able to get to the foul line, knock the shots down, and they are going to move on here to get one more tomorrow night.
Yep, the 4th-seeded Bobcats are going to win all 3 against Vinton-Shellsburg this year. Second one short, no good. Rebound Griffith, they'll let her go into the front court. To Meyer, pull up 3, right wing. That's an air ball. Put back, no. Rebounded by the Bobcats. Rich Heisman says no fouls. And the Cinderella run, I guess, in orange continues for Benton Community as they get the win, 51-42. And the Bobcats advance to the state championship game coming up tomorrow night, where they will take on either Solon or Sioux Center in that battle at 8 o'clock. We'll take a break, come back with the Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths postgame show for you right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Your search for healthy, fast casual in the downtown is over. Whether it's a quick bite you're looking for or a freshly made smoothie, Nutrisport and Smoothie has expanded healthy eating in downtown Cedar Rapids. Business professionals, as well as gym goers, are singing the praises of their freshly made wraps and breakfast bowls, while the smoothie lover can choose from a variety of nutritious fruit and protein options, including your choice of adding the newest frontline supplements. For a fast, healthy, and convenient downtown option, look no further than Nutrisport and Smoothie. American Family Insurance agent Kurt Gustafson is committed to inspiring and protecting dreams right here in Cedar Rapids and the surrounding area. He starts by getting to know you and your needs and build a free auto, home, or life insurance quote. By bundling policies, we can often offer a variety of discounts. Whether you're purchasing a car, buying property, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, we've got your back as you pursue your dreams, and we'll help protect them. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. See Kurt Gustafson Agency of American Family Insurance on Johnson Avenue Southwest, right across from the Johnson Avenue Hy-Vee for more details. End your search for your favorite restaurant in Cedar Rapids. Come to Emil's Hideaway. Emil's is the home for the best-tasting American food around. Choose from your favorites: chicken, pasta dishes, pizzas, burgers, and fries. Whether you're bringing the whole family for a meal or wetting your whistle at our fully stocked bar, there's something to satisfy all ages and tastes at our classic American local restaurant. Need catering for your next party or event? Emil's has that too. Call them for details. Emil's Hideaway, open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m., is right next to Home Depot and across from Lindale Mall on 1st Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Epiphany Dermatology is a full-service dermatology practice that treats all conditions of the skin, hair, and nails. Dr. John Woolner has been practicing and treating patients for over 30 years. Epiphany Dermatology has built a reputation based on reliable customer service and quality skin and hair loss treatments. Epiphany Dermatology also places a special emphasis on skin cancer prevention, screenings, and treatment. Call them to book an appointment at 363-9936 and visit their website at epiphanydermatology.com. Epiphany Dermatology, 5264 Council Street Northeast, Suite 700 in Cedar Rapids.
Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths. Your home never looks so beautiful. Plumbing fixtures, a great variety. Transform your home with Plum Supply. Our kitchen designs are amazing. Our service is priceless. Plum Supply. Touch and see. Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
Back with you here in Des Moines at Wells Fargo Arena. Scott Unash and Nate Sanderson with you here courtside as Benton Community moves on to the 3A state championship game, 51-42 over Vinton-Shellsburg here today. And Jenna Tweet started that fourth quarter with 4 fouls, but in the end, she was the difference maker. Hit a couple of big buckets on pull-ups in the lane, and 6 out of 8 from the free throw line, and that's what you want your senior all-stater to do.
No, a lot of credit to her making all the plays down the stretch. You know, making the free throws obviously is big, but just being able to control the ball under pressure, not turn it over, make a big shot down the stretch to push it to 5, and then draw the foul to push it to 7 when she knocked down 2 free throws. You know, she was the difference right there. And anytime you have a guard like that, it's just such a luxury as a coach when you know you've got the best player on the floor that can create for herself and for others. And kudos to Benton as well. Zoe Jungie with some big buckets there in the second half. She had 7 all after halftime. We talked about how the supporting cast was going to need to step up. Tweet finishes with 18, but then you also get 8 from Townsley, 5 from Nelson, 8 from Kramer, 7 from Jungie, and 5 from Kelly. So some balanced scoring away from Tweet's offensive attack here tonight, and that proved to be the difference.
Yeah, Aubrey Kelly was terrific off the bench. That third quarter, she hit 2 big buckets.
2 buckets and came down with 6 rebounds here in the game as well. So big-time contribution from her.
Final scoring looks like this for Benton Community, 23-3, as they will move on to the state championship game coming up tomorrow night. Led by Jenna Tweets, 10 of her 18 came in the fourth quarter. She was clutch in the end. 8 for McKenna Kramer. Emma Townsley with 8. Zoe Jungi with 7. She had big buckets in the fourth quarter as well. Aubrey Kelly with 5 off the bench, and Piper Nelson also with 5 for Benton Community. Vinton-Shellsburg ends their year at 18-8, and 3 of those losses to the Bobcats. Alyssa Griffith in her final game leading the way with 12. Ashley Meyer, another senior, with 10. Abby Davis with 7. Julia Johnson off the bench with 7, and Briley Bruce had 6 tonight, or this afternoon, for Vinton-Shellsburg. We'll get the final stats here in a moment. And the final turnover tally, 13 in the ball game for Vinton-Shellsburg and 8 turnovers for Benton Community. 7-5, a brief advantage for Vinton-Shellsburg, a small one as far as the bench scoring is concerned here this afternoon. Now let's talk about the shooting percentages.
Yeah, Vinton-Shellsburg finishes the game 16 of 43, 37% from the field, just 2 for 11 from the three-point line. A couple of those were rushed late, 1 from Meyer, 2 from Griffith, where they had really no choice in the final minute but to try to get a quick shot up. On the other side of the ball, Benton, 17 of 49, 34.7%. So didn't shoot it better than Vinton-Shellsburg in terms of percentage, but 6 more attempts from the field is a big deal, and then 6 of 18 from the three-point line. Again, 6 three-point makes is not a ton necessarily, but when you're talking about a game that's 1 or 2 possessions throughout, those extra points can be big. From the free throw line, Vinton-Shellsburg, 8 of 9, 89%. Benton down the stretch, 11 of 16, as you mentioned. Tweet, 6 of 8 from the foul line, most of those coming in the fourth quarter. And on the glass, Vinton-Shellsburg finishes with a 2-rebound advantage with 33, 12 of those offensively. Benton, 31 rebounds themselves, 15 at the offensive end, and most of those coming in the second half. 9 offensive rebounds in the second half for the Bobcats.
It was 10-1 at one point in rebounding with Vinton-Shellsburg, and in the end, I think if you asked Rich Heisman, he said we didn't take advantage of enough of the offensive rebounds that we got.
Yeah, they had some opportunities early in the game around the rim. We've talked during the game about it was physical for both teams, trying to finish at the basket, called consistently throughout. And unfortunately for Vinton-Shellsburg, they weren't able to get a few of those to go. And a lot of credit to Benton in terms of being able to identify the opportunities there after halftime. The way that Vinton was guarding, really not guarding Jungi, really not guarding Nelson on the perimeter. That meant that they kind of got a free run at the backboard. Same thing with McKenna Kramer, who was being face guarded throughout the game, but we saw her be much more active on the offensive glass, coming down with 3 offensive rebounds in the second half, and that allowed Benton to be able to get some second chance opportunities. And in fact, in the game, both teams tied at 9, but an advantage certainly for Benton in the second half.
So the win to Benton Community, 51-42 here this afternoon, as the Bobcats move on to the state championship for the first time in school history. And they're going to take on either another Walmart Conference foe, the Solon Spartans, or Sioux Center from up in Sioux County in northwest Iowa. They both were victorious in their first round matchup. Sioux Center with a big win over number 3 seeded and number 3 rated West Marshall. Solon late beat Dubuque Wahlert in a good fourth quarter and took out the Golden Eagles in the quarterfinal round. We'll come back and tell you what's coming up tomorrow. Have our play and player of the game for you when we return after this. You're listening to high school basketball from the Girls State Tournament on CRM Live Sports.
Carpenters Local 308 in Cedar Rapids is a member of the North Central States Regional Council of Carpenters, representing nearly 27,000 members and their families in the upper Midwest. The union is dedicated to protecting and elevating the economic and social conditions of all workers and to provide our industry with the best trained, most productive, and safest workforce available. Carpenters Local 308 is always looking for new workers to join their ranks. Apprenticeship classes and training are available for you to become a skilled worker for your career. More information on Carpenters Local 308 is available at carpenterslocal308.org. First Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor high school athletics. We understand the hard work and dedication it takes for these students to succeed on the field or in the classroom. At First Federal Credit Union, we work hard every day to listen, solve problems, and are dedicated to finding ways to help you with your financial needs. From home loans to auto loans, checking, or even the best savings rates in town, we're here to help you achieve your goals. Learn more about First Federal Credit Union at firstfedcu.com, member NCUA.
Back one more time to wrap things up here from Wells Fargo Arena on this Thursday afternoon as Benton Community beats Vinton-Shellsburg in the 3A state semifinal 51-42. We need to pick our player of the game, brought to you by First Federal Credit Union. They're online at firstfedcu.com. Proud to support high school sports, auto loans, checking, and the best savings rates in town at firstfedcu.com. I think we got to go, even though there were some big buckets made by the supporting cast. You got to go with the star of the show at the end.
Well, Jenna Tweet was excellent tonight. You know, she was a bit frustrated early on, missing a few shots in the lane, going through some contact, but picking up her fourth foul late in the third quarter. I think she played 7.5 minutes of the fourth quarter there with 4, played smart, didn't get herself in any trouble there. And then, as we said repeatedly, just continued to make the right play down the stretch, got herself free in the lane, knocked down a couple pull-up jumpers, got to the free throw line, and certainly was the difference here tonight for the Benton Bobcats.
Jenna Tweet, our player of the game, brought to you by First Federal Credit Union, online at firstfedcu.com. Our play of the game, it's brought to you by Carpenters Local 308, dedicated to protecting their workers and providing the best trained workforce available. Apprenticeship classes and training are available. You can visit them online to find out more at carpenterslocal308.org. I wrote down here, Nate, a bucket by Zoe Jungie, a 3 that made it 41-37 early in the fourth quarter. That pushed it out to a 2-possession game, and it basically stayed 2 possessions after that. Yeah,
that was a huge shot for Benton there, and just even psychologically being down 2 possessions, that means you got to go for Vinton. They got to get a stop, they got to score, they got to get a stop, they got to score, and they would make a couple pushes there in the fourth quarter, but that 3 really allowed for enough separation for Benton to be in control of the game going down the stretch. I think that's probably the play of the game for sure on that big 3 to start the fourth.
Jungie had another 2 in the fourth quarter. I think honorable mention goes to Aubrey Kelly. That 3 in the third quarter was really big and really helped things out as far as the Bobcats are concerned, as Benton hit 11 of 16 free throws in the ball game to help them put it away. Jenna Tweet down the stretch was 6 out of 8 and to help to get the win for the Bobcats. It's 51-42. And so they're off to tomorrow night's state championship game. It'll be it's a short turnaround. You got to kind of pound things. There's not going to be a lot of sleep tonight for Coach Z and the rest of the staff. Probably stick around here and watch a little bit of this just to see an eyeful of it, and then you go to huddle, right?
Yeah, well, at this point, they'll do their media obligations here. You'll try to get your kids some food, and hopefully they'll start hydrating here. I'm sure they'll stick around and watch the outcome of this one. And in terms of their preparation, it's either going to be a short night in the sense that if it's Sioux Center, there's a lot to learn, a team that Benton hasn't seen this year unless they came across them somewhere over the summer, but that's a whole new prep versus Solon, who is a very familiar opponent. They played a 1-point game in December that Solon won on a buzzer beater by Callie Levine. So that is a familiar opponent and a much different prep than trying to prepare for somebody that you haven't seen. And tricky now because it's the following day, so you really don't get an opportunity to have a practice. You'll probably have a walkthrough sometime tomorrow just to go through some things. But really at this point, you want them to be mentally ready, you want them to be confident, and you want them to be rested so that their bodies are ready to go for the biggest game of the year tomorrow night.
You bet. And we'll have that game for you tomorrow night. The second of 2 here on CRM Live Sports. We get things started in the afternoon tomorrow with a Class 1A, I say state basketball semifinal, but it might as well be a track meet at 3 o'clock, as it'll be number 2 Newell Fonda, number 3 Northland. That will be fun. And then we'll end things tomorrow night with Benton Community taking on either Solon in the rematch or Sioux Center at 8 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 7:45 for that one. And Nate, great job. Thank you. And we will see you tomorrow afternoon again here at Wells Fargo.
Always a pleasure, Scott, and looking forward to it.
All right. That's going to wrap things up here this afternoon from Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. Hope you enjoyed it. And big thanks to all our great sponsors for bringing High school basketball your way here on CRM Live Sports. For Coach Nate Sanderson, Scott Unash saying so long. Final score in the 3A Girls State Semifinal. It was Benton Community 51 and Vinton-Shellsburg 42. You've been listening to a sports presentation of CRM Live Sports. And so long from Des Moines.